In a world shaped by chaos and courage, few men have ever lived a story like Sir Adrian Carton de Wiart, a soldier so fearless, so relentless, that his life reads like an action movie written by history itself. Born in Belgium in 1880, raised with privilege and educated at Oxford, Adrian could have lived a life of comfort. But instead he ran away from it all to fight in the Boer War at just 19. He faked his name, his age, even his nationality just for a chance to serve. That decision began one of the wildest military careers in history. In World War I he became a legend on the battlefield. He was shot in the face, the stomach, the ankle, the leg, the hip, and the ear, yet each time he returned to fight again. One bullet tore through his hand, leaving 2 fingers shattered. When the doctor refused to amputate, Adrian tore them off himself. He wore an eye patch for the rest of his life, missing a hand, half his face scarred. And yet soldiers said he walked with the confidence of a man who could not be killed. He led men in the trenches at Somme, Ypres, and Passchendaele, where the air was thick with gas and screams, and still, his voice carried over the noise. "Come on boys, let's get them." By the end of the war he'd earned the Victoria Cross, the highest award for bravery, though he rarely mentioned it. For him, survival wasn't luck, it was duty. But the world wasn't done with him yet. When World War II erupted, most men of his generation had retired. Adrian was 60 years old, but he volunteered again. He led troops in Norway, was shot down in a plane crash in the Mediterranean, and captured by the Italians. Imprisoned in a POW camp, most would have waited out the war, but not Adrian. He escaped, crawling through fields, hiding in ditches, and climbing the Apennine Mountains for 8 days before he was recaptured. Even his captors admired him. Mussolini himself met with him, not as an enemy but as a man who had earned respect. When released, Adrian became Churchill's representative in China, where he met Chiang Kai-shek and witnessed the early struggles between China and Japan. Despite everything, bullets, bombs, captivity, age, he outlived nearly all his comrades, finally retiring to Ireland, where he lived quietly by the sea. When asked about his years of war, his answer was shocking. "Frankly, I had enjoyed the war." That one line captures a man built for battle, not for peace, someone who found purpose in chaos. He died peacefully in 1963 at the age of 83, a man who'd seen empires rise and fall, who had literally stared death in the face and laughed. Sir Adrian Carton de Wiart wasn't just a soldier who fought in both world wars, he was a living embodiment of courage, a man who refused to break, and whose scars told the story of a century. His life reminds us that bravery isn't the absence of fear, but the refusal to stop fighting, no matter how many times the world tries to end you.